trabalhar.
A little segment. I use a little part of Olafur Arnalds' Tomorrow song live on KEXP. Don't miss it. Are you okay? You doing okay? You know I love you. Okay? We're dealing with 95 degrees Fahrenheit today. 1,089 miles on the odometer. It is Thursday, July 18th, 2024, about 4:56 p.m. And I ran across a musician that I've heard before, Olafur Arnalds, as I'm going for the stab on the pronunciation of the name. He's Icelandic. He's a multi-instrumentalist. So he plays more than one instrument, and a song that you could listen to. Now, this is if you want to try to listen to it without crying. You may not the first time you hear it, but if you listen to it, it'll come back and it'll haunt you. It's called Tomorrow Song, and it's a beautiful song. We're talking Beethoven, Mozart, if not even better. He's from Iceland. He does a very emotional performance on KEXP, which is here in the States. And it's amazing. It's a piano piece, and that's it. But I wept. Now, I think a lot of emotions were built up in me, and I cried to Linda. Because you get to a point in life where you have to. It's like a dam that breaks. But I cried for the following reasons. We were praying together, and I felt bad about the distance that I've had with my father. My father, William, who raised me, because of an illness that I have, that sometimes I can't hold it together mentally. There's a butterfly right here. These are kind of like the aftershock of tears when you're really truly stricken. My father means a whole lot to me, even though he was very strict. He was an army guy. He was drafted in Vietnam, and he taught radar, but he didn't have to go to the jungle, but he had to go through the boot camp, and that's its own jungle, and he had to live on base. And I think my sister might have been conceived right outside of the base, and I don't know where I was conceived, but I remember growing up in Hearst, and then eventually Keller, eventually Fort Worth. But I miss my father. I do communicate with my mother quite often. They were divorced when I was 9. And this also is a story about divorce, because I've been going through a divorce since March 19th. I'm sorry, I get this wrong now. March 9th, 2019 was the last time I was able to see my second wife, who we divorced, and my 3 kids. I've not seen them for that long. And I worry every day. So, sorry. But I just want you to know this is a hard show to watch. So I try to make it easy for you guys. And feel free, because I know people have dealt with hard times. But this has all happened in prayer. Thank you. So, well, that was my little introduction today. All right, 519.1.5. Here we go. Accumulated from yesterday. And let's go with since refueling. Okay, we just refueled. Coolness. Crazy, I just remember the gate code by heart. A gentleman told me, I told him thank you, and he said thank you. And he said, be careful when it gets dark. Older guy. I said, I know what you mean. He's like, eh. I said, times are different. Yes, he's right. I like this long shot right here. Be careful, critter. When it gets dark, your eyes sure are orange. I don't know if his eyes were always orange. Over time, the sunlight changed his eyes. Yes, the headlights are off. Thanks for letting me know. Especially if you work in the graveyard, you should be careful in the dark time. Thing I noticed about this statue, these horses, the right leg is up on the right side, the left leg is up on the left side. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Music that you may be familiar with. This is the Cincinnati Pops Orchestra with music from Psycho.
He said that the shower pressure is not the highest. I asked him about the plumbing. He said, yeah, it's pretty good. Shower pressure could be better. That's what you want to ask about in apartments. Right, critter? Mother wants you to ask about the shower pressure, right? And the one thing I would like to say, even though I used just a very small clip from Bernard Herrmann's Psycho, is I'm appreciative of Bernard Herrmann and the hard work his life dedicated to music and movies. He's truly talented, and I do apologize for having to cut sequences so that I would be able to use it. For if I didn't, they would surely block it all together. So we'll have to throw the risk and just doing small little cuts. No disrespect to Bernard Herrmann, for he's one of my favorites, if not my favorite musical score, or what you could say cinematic composer for scoring music. But I couldn't help myself, and neither could Critter. We had to use it at that moment. Right, Mother? Seven 75116 okay, 75116 7.1. All right, boys, we got a couple of advertisements to throw out. Remember, Modern Art Museum, Surrealism and Us. I used to live right there off of Darnell. I turned it into a modern art museum. I had to move out back in mid-1995-ish. George Lopez, Saturday at Dickey's. He covered for Timberlake. All right, Casa Manana, theater, entertainment, music. They're going to do Pippin in August. It's going on. And $1 Million Quartet. And we know this. It's Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, and Johnny Cash, the Man in Black. I remember, right? Critters. Critters, the cat. He likes to live. Yeah, he likes to live, laugh, and smell good. That's why he's Critter. He smells good. Got scratchy. There we go. Now you're smelling good. Scratchy. Scratchy. There we go. All right, guys. 13 feet and 3 inches. That's the total. So if you've got a big truck, you want to watch my show sometimes. Mountain and desert. Fort Worth Zoo. They're going to show the mountain and the desert animals. The little frog with the horns on it. He hangs out in the desert. Now, he hangs out at the Fort Worth Zoo. The particular frog that they took a photo of. Oh, and the iguana's back there. You see it? Way back there. Nope. Okay, I missed it. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Okay, so you know I woke up early and auditioned. Yes, because they mentioned Stranger Things. It's a virtual audition. It actually was just a meeting. So it was just a meeting to talk about how you can join this agency called Nine. Anyway, I can't do it right now. This is not the first time I've talked to them. But what they do is they put you in a database, and they can probably get you on like a background, maybe a day player. If you're real talented, they might can get you a little part. $100 is a good deal, though, I have to admit, for something like that. When I went to Los Angeles and I joined Cinex, okay, this was back in 2001, and I lived in Paradise Gardens in North Long Beach, right off Atlantic. I lived right across the road from a high school. I joined Cinex for, it was very cheap. It wasn't very expensive. And I was able to get on set like crazy. Well, they were calling. I was a substitute I was a substitute teacher here in Texas. When I was there in Long Beach, I tried to be a substitute teacher, but I ended up becoming like this background actor for extras, for movies and stuff. I was trying to be a day player. I was a featured extra in a few of them. X-Files was one. The first one was a Jim Carrey movie called The Majestic. I was a theater patron. And then I also got on set with Moonlight Mile with Dustin Hoffman and Jake Gyllenhaal. And all of that was like, it was just a registration fee. You just turned in your headshot and resume. It wasn't a big deal at all. It was a big deal. It was a big deal to be on set, but it wasn't like a lot of money. Now, they did have other agencies floating around that were like $200 to join and things like that. I never got to get to that point. I was struggling to a heightened degree. So I had a few jobs, like a telemarketing job for the Hollywood Bowl. I worked for the LA Music Center in Los Angeles, just doing telemarketing stuff. And I did try I tried extensively to try to get a waiting job when I was there. I was about 27. Santa Monica, I applied at bookstores, I applied at hotels. I tried to get something stable, but try to find classy stuff, classy hotels and things like that. And I was there for quite a bit of time until I got scooped up Actor Studio West by a guy named James Lipton from Bravo's Inside the Actor Studio, because I already had a bachelor's. So I had the opportunity to fly to New York and join a pretty reputable school for acting. It was pretty intense. If not the top, I think it was like the top 25, top 10 maybe. Depends on what you're looking for. At the time, it was a big deal. A guy named Bradley Cooper got discovered there after asking Robert De Niro about the movie's Awakenings and a gesture that he made, if it was instinctual or planned. And that got him to another level. Probably a good agent. Sarah Jessica Parker worked with him in Sex and the City, and now he's iconic. But regardless, this is a show about how you have to keep on going, and that you don't quit. You never say die. Unless it's scripted and you're being paid for it. And then you realize, I think this word is good. I can substitute it with, well, never say die. You know what I mean? Never give up. That's what I'm talking about. But, oh, I see. Yeah, I see. So the word would have been die. Yeah, I'd probably do that for a little bit of money. When you say this, you just say die really loud. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to get into it. I see what I'm saying. Look at this frog right here. I'm in the TCU area. It's called Frogland. Lots of frogs. Okay, those are the two areas where the two houses were. We used them for Lynn Driver. Now look at them. Lynn Driver is a little feature that I released on YouTube. It's over 45 minutes, I think it was. Double check. If it went under, then it was a short, but I think it was a feature. It was an apocalyptic movie about a female DoorDash driver. She has a few narrative monologues in it. It has this in it right there. They painted it blue. It was a different color. We did Lynn Driver about a year ago. It's on my channel. You have to look for it. It's called Lynn Driver, Lynn, and then skip a space driver, and then just put Cole Spivey. I'm gonna double check this address. Hang on, just give me a second. All right, give me a second. Carniceria Las Frutas. That's what I thought. At least that's Sandra Drive. I had this problem before. Alright, looks like we have a misspelling. Which is very easy to do, to change the A to an O. About a 7-mile difference. Alright, so we have a new person. I didn't catch it. It's another 7 miles around. I should have caught it because I knew what direction I was going in when I was by the railroad tracks. Right over in Babasquez area. Change that A to an O. I'll probably catch it the next time though. I gotta recall them. Oh well.